Hello YouTube, I'm back with another video. I just had something that was recently on my mind for the past couple days, and I wanted to just let it out before I didn't feel any inspiration or motivation to talk about it. So basically, we all know here that I've been learning a lot about this, not only through experience, but from multiple videos and books and lectures on narcissism and narcissistic abuse. And I have come to this point where I feel like I can spot them pretty decently, and I know how to react in situations where there are narcissists present that don't give them fuel and that don't devalue me as a human being. And so I've been giving advice to some people about what they should do with their narcissistic uh, relationship that they have going on, familial or workplace or whatever it is. Um, so basically, I just want to start off by telling you guys a story about somebody that I know who has a narcissistic mother, and basically the advice that I gave them and their response back to me. So basically, I know this girl who has a narcissistic mother, and she has basically manipulated her in ways where she puts her down and does way too much for her in order for her to stick around so that she's not able to do for herself. And this person clearly sees that her mother is narcissistic. And I've told her that, the reason why I mostly told her things that I told her was because I know this narcissist pretty well. And I think it is important, very important, to know who the narcissist that you're dealing with truly is, what it is that they crave, or like their main validation seeking tactic. So what I mean by that is, like, I know two different types of narcissists, and one specifically focuses on trying to make everybody think that she's smart or that she's rich. And I know a different one who's particularly tries to make everybody think that she's a good person. So I told her what I had to tell her, based on the narcissist she was dealing with, who I happen to know. So this happened to work out well. So she has been listening to my advice about being very void with her mother, just, not giving her any attention that she craves, especially like unhealthy attention is what I mean. I told her to not be around as much, like try and distance herself from her mother and see what happens, see how dynamics change within the household. And she's come back to me and told me, like, you're right, everything that you've said is happening, and I'm seeing a lot of what could happen if I wasn't around, and how I would no longer be the source of supply. And so basically, the details that she tells me is that her narcissistic parent happens to live with her brother, and her brother is also very narcissistic, a lot more narcissistic than she is. Like, I would say that her brother is more on the severe end of the spectrum. And her mother takes care of her daughter. So, it's in a way she like owes something to her mother, because she takes care of her daughter every single day while she goes out and does what she has to do in order to be able to separate herself from her family. And So she's been away, and as the more she's away, she's starting to see that if it wasn't for the fact that she had a daughter, it wasn't for her granddaughter, she wouldn't really have anything to do because she spends so much time taking care of her. And that also, when she's not around, she notices that her narcissistic mother is really like she's upset because she's not able to control her and what she does and what she thinks and feels, and also upset with her brother. So that's like they're having their little battle because they're projecting their feelings onto each other because they don't have anybody else in the house to project them onto, and then they can't project them onto the child because the child is just a child. It's like the child, it's a toddler. It doesn't really know what it's doing, and if they were to do that, they know that they would be seen as bad. It would ruin their reputation if they got caught trying to project how they feel onto a little kid, on a little baby. So we really think that doing something physically hurtful to a narcissist is really going to help us in some way get some kind of revenge. But when you keep yourself away and you stay strong in who you are, and you don't take the energy that the narcissist is trying to give you or trying to project onto you, when you don't take that, they have to keep it. And they start to realize, a lot of things about themselves, and, they end up blowing up, and, people start to see more and more of who they are. And I just want to say that obviously, I guess what I'm speaking is working. What I'm saying is actually true. I'm not just, throwing things out there. Again, like I said, what I've gotten information from other people who've experienced narcissistic abuse, from books, from professors who have PhDs and really study narcissism, from lectures, and also from my own personal experience of being abused by a narcissist. So it is really, really, really important to stand your ground and stand in your truth, because they're trying to shake you. So like, I like to think of, there's one thing that I heard by a woman named Evie Pomporis. I heard her say something, I think it was her. Either way, I heard somebody say something about be like a water bottle instead of a can of soda. When the water bottle is shaken up, it just goes back to its natural state. It doesn't react. But when you shake a bottle of, Coca-Cola or just any soda, when you open it, it explodes and it reacts. And on the inside, when you shake it, even if you don't open it, you can see that the bottle, it starts to inflame, and it gets really tight, and it just gets really tense. And so that's what I try to view myself as when I'm in situations around narcissists. I try to view myself as that bottle of water where you try everything that you can to shake me up and nothing comes out of me. Because what's inside me you want. You want the water. You want what I'm filled with. I'm filled with joy. I'm filled with peace. I'm filled with motivation to become a better person. I'm filled with love. I'm filled with all these things, and you want to open that bottle. You want to shake that bottle because you want to get whatever's inside that bottle, but you can't have it. And so if you want to be that can of soda, go ahead. It won't be the best thing that you should do, but if you want to go ahead and be that bottle of soda where anything narcissist says and does, it makes you explode, then you're going to have a lot of issues, and you're going to have a lot of problems that are going to keep recurring over and over and over again. So I think the best thing that you should do is to become that water bottle, to know who you are, to stand up for yourself, and in many ways that you could do that, without having to go up to the narcissist, is you could speak your truth online. You could speak your truth to other people that who will listen, that who trust you, or that you trust. You can, I mean, yeah, I think that's basically mostly it. Or you can, through your actions, you could show everybody who you are. And as time goes on, really, narcissists, they do, bite themselves in the ass. Like, it's like a dog chasing its tail, just over and over again, a constant circle, constant cycle, trying to chase something that they can never reach. And you don't want to be going around in circles for the rest of your life. You don't want to be going back in time. You want to be moving forward. And that is something that narcissists can't do. So everybody that comes in their way, they want to make sure that everybody else that comes in their way goes back in time or goes around in circles for the rest of their lives like they are. Because then you're no longer a threat. And you're no longer somebody that is going to make them feel like they're nothing. Because when they're alone, they know how they truly feel. I mean, I've heard narcissists say that they're depressed. I've heard them say that they want to commit suicide and seriously have considered doing all those things. So they know how they feel. And not only that, but when you're around them, you feel certain emotions. And I remember feeling certain emotions that weren't me, that I wasn't used to. Like, I used to tell my boyfriend all the time. He used to say things like, I feel like I'm dead inside. I feel like some of these emotions, they're not me. Like, I'm not used to feeling like this. And I'm feeling like this on a regular basis. Like, I'm constantly feeling all these negative emotions on a regular basis. And I'm not used to being this way. I'm used to being more positive. I'm used to being more motivated and inspired to do things. And as time went on and I left, I started to realize that those emotions weren't mine and that they belonged to the narcissist. So I've got a chance. And again, narcissists want to project how they feel onto you. And if all those feelings that you're feeling, that's how they feel like every single day. So there really is no reason to get revenge but to leave, because they no longer have somebody to throw all their energy onto. I mean, that's how they gain their happiness, is they put other people down. It's like, okay, I feel this way, so I want you to feel this way. Now that you feel this way, I feel good because I no longer feel worthless. So again, I just felt like sharing that because it was just something that was on my mind. I feel like it was really important to share. And I just learned a lot just by the fact that this person told me, like, what you said was right. They did do this. They do feel this way, or they don't know what to do when I don't react. It's like their world is turned upside down. They don't know where to go now. It's like they have to live with each other in their own misery. And so, yeah, that's all I have for today. My email is healistike695@gmail.com, so you can go ahead and send me any of your stories. I will gladly listen to them and try to do my best to lift your spirits, or I will try my best to give you advice if you would like it. But yeah, go ahead and email me. You can hit this like button, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.